people, I enjoy field trips in my free time. And occasionally I like to go on a field trip to the local farmers market. We have a really lovely farmers market here in Olympia. Now when I go to the farmers market, I don't always buy anything. In fact, I've realized that I go more for the sensory experience. I will spend my time just strolling the aisles and letting the sights and sounds and aromas and the brilliant colors just wash down over me. I love looking at all the produce stacked up and the beautiful yarns and the soaps and all the crafting and artwork, the tie-dyed clothes. And I don't even like wearing tie-dyed clothes, but I just love looking at all those brilliant colors, which is probably the main reason why I really enjoy this game, Aquarius. Alright, so before I show you how this game is actually played and go over the rules for you, I want to show you its components, which is a relatively easy thing for me since it's just a card game. So it comes in this gorgeous little box that says Aquarius on it and has these nifty hippie looking illustrations, which will cause some people to gravitate toward this game and other people will never pick it up. Anyway, it's colorful. So it comes in this little box. There's your deck of cards. And here are the rules, which were originally all folded up into that little box. So Aquarius was created by the company Looney Labs. And I just want to make sure I have his name right. The designer is Andrew Looney, who also did the artwork. Andrew Looney. Alright, so we have our deck of cards. There are 80 cards in the deck. We have a variety of different types of cards. We have, oh shoot. Okay, so as I said, there are 80 cards in the deck. The 80 cards are divided into 4 different types of cards. We have element cards. There are 55 element cards. Sky featuring clouds and rainbow. Flowery meadows. Fire. Starry skies. And sea featuring fish, or water with fish. Those are the 5 elements, and they come in all kinds of nifty combinations, as you can see. 55 element cards. Alright, we also have action cards. There are 18 action cards, like trade goals, rotate goals, shuffle hands, zap a card, blah 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 blah. A number of action cards. We have goals. There are 5 goals for the 5 different elements that I introduced to you a moment before. So fire, water with fish, meadow with flowers, starry sky, and rainbow skies. Okay, those are the 5 goals. And then we have 1 super duper wild card. There's only 1 wild card, so you can imagine how coveted this baby is. Only 1 person gets it, and how lucky they are, because this wild card can act as any one of the elements. Okay, so there are your components, and in a moment here I'm going to set up the game, and then I'll show you exactly how the game is played. Alright, so now we're ready to play the game. This can be a 2-player game, or a multiplayer game, Offhand, I don't remember what the maximum number of players can be, but it's probably more than 4. Okay, so let's pretend that there are 2 of us playing. Myself and my friend Lamrin. That's our cat, Lamrin. Alright, so Lamrin and I, we each randomly are dealt a goal card. That's Lamrin's goal, and this is my goal. Because Lamrin's a cat, we're going to go ahead and look at her goal. It's a secret. It's fire. That's her goal. You'll understand goals better in a few minutes. Mine is like my favorite element, rainbow skies. But I'm fearful because, as you're going to see, there's a chance that I'm going to end up with fire and Lamrin's going to steal my rainbow skies. It's totally possible. So I shouldn't like cling too tightly to my goal. That could cause me duress. Alright, so next we have our goals. Now we're each going to be dealt 3 cards, which make up our hands. And this is the draw pile. I'm going to turn 1 card over here. If this were an action card, it's an element card. But if it were an action card, I would put it back into the middle of the deck. Because this is the base card onto which we are going to connect and build in a very domino fashion in order to achieve our secret goals. The way that we achieve our secret goals is we need to make 7 connections of that element in a domino fashion here through our turns. Alright, so the person with the longest hair goes first. That's going to be me. Before I lay a card, I'm going to draw a card from the draw pile. Of course, you know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for a card with rainbow skies, at least in some part of the card. Oh, look, I don't draw an element card. I draw a goal, an action card, which is rotate goals. So now I have a choice. I can either play an action or I can play an element and build on here. Always keeping my goal in mind. So, I don't care very much about starry skies, but, you know, I could build some starry skies there. I could rotate goals, except, as I told you, I have my favorite goal. I'm not going to do that. I would love to build with that. Okay, so I just took my turn. I laid this card here, and there is a connection here. You can see the rainbow traversing the 2 cards. And even though there's fish with water here, and that doesn't seem like a match, it works. It only has to match up in one place. What I couldn't do is turn this sideways. You have to make, you know, hot dog match with hot dog or hamburger match with hamburger. You can't do hamburger match with hot dog, if that makes sense. Okay? Turn over. Now it's Lamrin's turn. Really a crappy hand, but, you know, bless her. She didn't get to choose it. She has fire. She's going to choose a card. No fire. She saw that I connected here, so maybe if she had rainbow, she probably wouldn't want to help me out. She's just going to go ahead and lay the starry sky. Her turn's over. Now it's my turn. I draw a card. Who's the lucky one in this game? You know what I'm going to do. Now, do you think I can do this? No. No. That would be like putting hot dog with hamburger. So I'm going to do hamburger with hamburger. You can see that glorious arc, and I'm well on my way. But, of course, I tremble with trepidation, not knowing if perchance Lamrin has in her hand some kind of action card that would you know, make us rotate or change goals, or she could zap a card. She really might want to do that. She might want to zap that rainbow. Of course, before she can play, she has to draw and then she makes a decision. What's she gonna do? Shuffle hands, zap a card, move a card, or play this field with flowers. So I think you're probably starting to get the idea. It's back and forth play, domino fashion. We're trying to make connections. We have the goals. We have the action cards. The action cards are very important because they can change things up real quick. You know, any moment the goal could change, cards could get zapped and so forth, and so there's potential for peril. Well, I hope that you understand roughly how to play this game after my very elementary tutorial there a few minutes back. It's a very easy game to play. It's very simplistic, as you can see. Very much like dominoes, a bit like Flux. You probably, if you've ever played Flux, you probably noticed when I was talking about those action cards, just how similar they are to action cards in Flux. And that's a very Andrew loony trait, coming from a non-gamer. Yeah. So anyway, getting more to the fun part of the review. I really like this game. It's really attractive. It's really beautiful. Those are some really brilliant and rich colors, and I quite like the elements. There's something sort of, you know, pleasing and maybe archetypal about elements. I enjoy elements. I enjoy the bright colors. It's visually very appealing. But as I said before, it's also quite easy and simple, and so a 3-year-old could play this game. But also, so could a 31-year-old happily play this game. It's a great game for a social setting. Social settings where there are distractions, people are being noisy, talking in the background, folks are intoxicated, they would manage to play this game because it's that simple. So it makes it a pretty versatile game. It's very compact. It comes in this lovely, cute little box, so it's fully portable. Easy to teach, easy to learn. Great for your back pocket when you're going to that 60s, 70s hippie party and you just want to rock everyone's groovy world. You want to bring Aquarius along. Or maybe you're visiting your child's daycare and you want to bring Aquarius along and you want to rock the world of the little children. They would just love it. And you can even like dumb it down quite a bit. You could take those action cards out and you could make it so that goals are fixed and no one's goals are in threat of, you know, being taken away or stolen from them. That's a way to play the game that makes it really, really accessible for little children. So I really do think Aquarius is a cute little game, and yeah, it's a good game for my first review of a game.